boys and girls. Today we are going to talk about being responsible. Who can tell me what it means to be responsible? Good, yeah, being responsible means that we're being held accountable to do the right things. So if being responsible means being held accountable to do the right things, then who can tell me what it means to be irresponsible? Yes, correct. Being irresponsible is when we do the wrong things or make the wrong choices. So today we're actually going to read a story called The Cat in the Hat. And while I'm reading, I want you guys to think about the different characters in the book and if they were being responsible or if they were being irresponsible. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two. And I said, how I wish there was something we could do. Too wet to go out, too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. We looked. Then we saw him step in on the mat. We looked and we saw him, the cat in the hat. He said to us, why do you sit there like that? I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some new tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind if I do. Then Sally and I, we did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. But our fish said, no, no, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat, you do not wish to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out. Now, have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are not bad, said the cat in the hat. We can have lots of good fun, if you wish, with a game that I call Up, Up, Up with a Fish. Put me down, said the fish. This is no fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. Have no fear, said the cat. I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball, with a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do, said the cat. Look at me, look at me, look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look with my tail, I can hold a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball, but that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the ball, and Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. And look what you did, said the fish to the cat. Now look at this house. Look at this, look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house, and you bent our new rake. You should not be here when our mother is not. You get out of this house, said the fish in the pot. And then he ran out, and then fast as a fox, the cat in the hat came back with a box. A big red wood box, it was shut with a hook. Now look at this trick, said the cat. Take a look. I will pick up the hook, you will see something new. Two things, and I call them thing one and thing two. These things will not bite you, they want to have fun. Then out of the box came thing two and thing one. And they ran to us fast. They said, how do you do? Would you like to shake hands with thing one and thing two? Have no fear, little fish, said the cat in the hat. These things are good things. And they gave them a pat. And are tame, oh so tame. They come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet, wet, wet day. Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites on the wall. Bump, thump, thump, bump, down the wall in the hall. Then those things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, and with hops and big thumps, and all kinds of bad tricks. And I said, I do not like the way that they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say? Then our fish said, look, look. And our fish shook with fear. Do you hear? Oh, what will... Your mother is on her way home. Do you hear? Oh, what will she do to us? What will she say? Oh, she will not like it to find us this way. So as fast as I could, I went after my net. And I said with my net, I can get them, I bet. And I bet with my net, I can get those things yet. Then I let down with my net, and it came down with a plop, and I had them at last. Those things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, now you do as I say. You pack up those things and you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat, you did not like our game. Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Then he shut up the things in the box with the hook, and the cat went away with a sad kind of look. That is good, said the fish. He has gone away, yes, but your mother will come. She will find this big mess. And this mess is so big and so deep and so tall, we cannot pick it up. There is no way at all. And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the cat in the hat. I always pick up my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. And then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown and the milk and the strings and the book and the dish and the fan and the cup and the ship and the fish. And he put them away. Then he said, that is that. And then he was gone with a tip of his hat. Then our mother came in and she said to us too, did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? Now what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? All right, so I want to ask you guys, who are the major characters in the story? Good, so we have the cat in the hat, and we had Sally and her brother, and we also had thing 1 and thing 2. With these characters, who was acting responsible and who was being irresponsible? Yeah, you're right. So the cat came in when the parents were gone. Do you think Sally and her brother should have let the cat in the hat inside the home when the parents were gone? No, you guys are correct. We definitely should not let any strangers into our home when our parents are gone. How about the cat standing on the ball with all those objects in his hands? Was that being responsible? Correct, yeah. That's probably not very responsible to hold rakes and fish and cakes and dishes in our hands while we're standing on a ball. That's definitely not responsible. How about when after the cat fell and all the things went all over the house? What did Sally and her brother do to help? You're right, yeah, they were responsible and they helped pick up all the things before their mother got home. So that was one way that Sally and her brother were being responsible. All right, I'm going to reread you one page from the book. And we are going to look at some of the words in this story. It says, look at me, look at me, look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail, I can hold a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball, but that is not all. No, that is not all. We're going to look at some of these words here, and I want you guys to help me change some of these words by changing some letters. So the first word that we're going to look at is the word sit. And I'm going to write that on my board here. And now I have the word sit. So if I were to change the first letter in this word right here, if I wanted to change this word, I'm going to look at the first letter and I want to change the first letter of my word so that it says something different. So if I have the word sit and I erase this S, I want to create a new word. What is another letter that I can put here to create a new word? Correct. I can put a B here, and now I have the word bit. When I'm writing my words, I can change certain letters and create new words. So let's erase the B and let's write another word. What's another word that we can write? What's another letter we can use to replace this word? Good. If I write an H, yeah, now I have hit. And I can continue to do this with new letters. So let's think of one more here. What's another letter that I can use to make a new word? Good, L. L makes lit. So this is one way that I can change letters to create new words. Now, I want you guys to change the last letter. We're going to change this a little bit. And I want you guys to change the last letter. So we're going to look at the word cat. And I'm going to look at this last letter here. Now I want to do the same thing with the word cat, but I'm going to erase my T and I want to come up with a new word. So what's a new letter that I can write here? Good, a B. A B, now instead of cat, I have cab. What else can we write to change our word? Yes, an N. Now, instead of a B, I have an N, and I can write, now have the word can. Let's think of one more that we can come up with here. Good, R. If I change my N to an R, now I have car. So these are all words, or all ways that we can manipulate some words, or some letters to create new words. We're going to start to look at some of these together. And these three-letter words are actually called something specific. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about these CVC letter words. And I'm going to write those on my board. I've got a C, a V, and a C. Does anyone know what the C stands for when I'm writing my words? Who can tell me what the C stands for? C is for consonant. We have different types of letters in the alphabet. We have consonants and vowels. So C is a consonant. And this is where we're going to write our consonants. The middle letter is going to fall under the V. And what does the V stand for? Correct. Our V is our vowels. So that's where we're going to write our vowels, and then we've got one more consonant. So these are going to create a consonant, vowel, consonant pattern. And we're going to talk about some consonant, vowel, consonant words, and then we're going to practice writing and labeling them. So in the word cat, what is our first consonant that you guys hear in the word cat? Good, it's a C. So we're going to write our C under our consonant. What's the second letter that comes in that word? Correct, it's a vowel. And what is that vowel? At. Good, it's an A. So we're going to write an A under vowel. And then our last letter in cat is a T, correct. And now we have our consonant, vowel, and consonant to create our CVC word. As we talk about some of these, I want to go over some of these vowels so that we can remind ourselves what all of our vowels are and how they make the short vowel sound. So we've got, who can tell me what our vowels are? Good, we have A, yep, E, I, O, and U, correct. I want you guys to tell me what the short A vowel sound makes. So what does our short A say? Yeah, it says ah. A says ah. How about our E? What does our E say? Correct. E says eh. And our I? Good. I says it. How about our O? Correct. O says ah. And then our U says These are our short vowel sounds, and they're going to be used in our CVC words. So, since we reread a page in our book, I'm going to pull some of those words, and we are going to write them in our CVC pattern. So we're going to do some of these together. The first one I want you guys to write. I'm going to hand out these whiteboards to everybody, and we're all going to write these together. So the first one that I'm going to have you guys write is sat. And before you guys start, we're going to break our boards up just like I had before into a CVC. And I want you guys to write that on your board. From here, we're going to write the word sat. And I want you guys to write your letters under the consonant, vowel, and consonant. So what's the first sound that you guys hear in at? Good, it's an S. An S is our first consonant sound. What's the second sound that you guys hear in the word at? Correct, it's an A. And then what is the last consonant that you guys hear in the word sat? Correct, it's a T. From here, we're going to write a number of words, and we're going to practice writing them in these consonant, vowel, consonant patterns. So my next word that I'm going to write is hat. Hat. Good, so we're going to start with that H under our first consonant. What comes after the H? At. Good, an A. Our A is our vowel in our hat. And then what's the last consonant that you guys hear in this word? Hat. Correct, a T. We're going to continue to do this for the words box, not, fun, put, net, can, read, bet, and man. Once we've written all of these words, I want you guys to write 2 sentences on your board. The first sentence is going to be, the box is not red. And the second sentence is going to be, the man has on a red hat. Now that we've all practiced these words together and written them in our CVC patterns, I want you guys to pull out your writing journals. And on the next blank page, I want you guys to write the date at the top. And we're going to write down, I want you guys to write down 3 CVC words, just like we practiced on our boards, with the consonant, vowel, and consonant labeled at the top. Underneath, you guys can write your words. Once you guys have completed your words, I want you guys to tell me what you learned about these CVC words today. What does the C stand for? Good, the C is a consonant. So we have a consonant at the beginning and the end of our word. And what does the V stand for? Yes, the V is our vowel, and that's always going to fall in the middle of the word. And what type of vowel sound is it? A short or long vowel sound in our CVC words? Yeah, it's a short sound. We also learned today about being responsible, and I want you guys to tell me some ways that we can be responsible in the classroom or at home. Yeah, correct. We can clean up our messes. Good. We can be nice to our friends. Sit quietly in class. Those are all great ways that we can be responsible at school or at home. That is all for today. Tomorrow, when you guys come back, we're going to take a little test on our CVC words. So tonight, I want you guys to continue to practice labeling your CVC letters in your CVC words. Nice job today, guys.